Thank you for your interest in the AP Precalculus course at McLean High School. This course will cover three main units that are designated by the AP College Board. Unit 1 covers polynomial and rational functions. Unit 2 covers exponential and logarithmic functions. And Unit 3 covers trigonometric and polar functions. Students should come into AP Precalculus with this prior knowledge: proficiency with linear functions, polynomial addition and multiplication, factoring quadratic trinomials, using the quadratic formula, solving right triangle problems with trig, solving linear and quadratic equations and inequalities, algebraic manipulation of linear equations and expressions, and solving systems of equations in 2 and 3 variables. Students should also be familiar with piecewise defined functions, exponential functions and rules for exponents, radicals such as square roots and cube roots, and complex numbers. Mathematical practices that will be covered in the course and will set the students up for success in AP Calculus are procedural and symbolic fluency, and that means we'll be algebraically manipulating functions, equations, and expressions. Multiple representations of functions, we will be translating between graphical, numerical, meaning in a table, and algebraic representations. Communicating and reasoning, and this is a big one for the AP College Board. Students will be expected to justify all their work and even write an explanation of their answer within context of a real-world situation. The AP exam format is as follows. It is a 3-hour exam. It is 1/3 with a calculator and 2/3 without a calculator. You'll see that 2 hours are spent on multiple choice questions and 1 hour on free response questions. One question we expect to be asked is, should students take the AP exam? We actually recommend that if a student is going into calculus, either AB or BC, that they forego the AP exam, as this exam would count as one of the 6 exams paid for by FCPS. Colleges do not typically grant credit for both AP Precalculus and AP Calculus, and students should really check their college website, whatever college they're interested in, check to see if credit is even granted for AP Precalculus, because many colleges would not grant credit for that. We do grant, Fairfax County does grant the AP Precalculus 1.0 grade bump for the year, regardless of whether the student takes the AP exam. We teachers are expecting students to use this class to prepare for calculus, but not necessarily to take the exam for college credit. With that in mind, we are going to add in additional topics not in the AP College Board curriculum. The goal of this course is to prepare students for AP Calculus. The BC Calculus students in particular will need to have seen more content than what is covered in AP Precalculus, and this is because BC Calculus covers about 50% more material than AB Calc, so we have to have covered some of the material in the prior year. Those topics that we will add in are parametric equations and vector-valued functions, limits and continuity, and an introduction to derivatives. We will probably put limits and continuity after the AP exam in May, as well as introduction to derivatives. Sorry, those last 2 topics will probably occur after the AP exam in May. We will make sure we cover all of the exam material prior to the AP exam, but it is likely that parametric equations and vector-valued functions will appear during the material in the Unit 3 when we work with polar equations. So we just want to give the heads up that the AP curriculum will be taught, but that we will also add to it to make sure that students are well prepared for the following year. Again, thank you so much for your interest in this course.